Hey, Skip here. Hey, I've been talking about money. I hope you are well and all is good in your world. And I'm going to continue this conversation on money and how you spend it and how you make sure that you're spending it efficiently. It's one thing to say you got money to spend, but so many people blow it on this and that, and they try this, and they don't have focus. They're not narrow in their focus to say this, that it's planned out and it's objective and it considers really what they want to accomplish, that you've thought through the process enough that you know what you're going to need and that you spend your money efficiently. And I had done one of the videos here, just probably this last video was that you watched was on split testing and the importance of split testing. And I wanted to add on to that just a little bit. Split testing is something, there's a lot of ways to do it, but the principal way is if you're going to advertise on Google or Bing or whatever. Now, I have personal experience with Bing and their support services. And I mention this because this is, I think, is one of the great ways to get your feet wet and get into a system that really does, that's efficient in how much you're spending and what kind of results you're getting from it. I have found Bing, their customer service, to be exceptional. And they want you to succeed. Understand, from their perspective, if you become a customer and you're going to spend money with them in advertising, then they want to make sure that what you're doing is successful to keep you coming back. And they're smart about this. And so you can get somebody that personally kind of takes you by the hand and walks you through the process, because I guarantee you, when you set up a single ad on Bing or any of those services, there's little tricks to the trade. There's things that you need to know. There's terminology you probably never heard before. And if that's the case, how do you go through and navigate that so you get your optimum efficiency? I can tell you that I tried to do it and set some things up on my own and found out that I was way out of my league because there was things I didn't know in terms of the internal operation of what they do and how they do it that meant I was not going to get the most efficient use out of my dollars spent. So when you're doing this setting up for split testing, you're setting up ads on Bing, you want to contact their support, because their support is going to teach you things that outside of that resource, you can spend a fortune and a lot of time and a lot of money trying to learn the very things that they're going to show you. And some things, what you can't learn anywhere else because they're unique to their operations and how they set things up. But you can get a person that will take you by the hand and make sure that you're using the right keywords and the right emphasis. There's a lot of little details in terms of how to set it up and settings that you need to be configured in a certain way in order to accomplish what you want. And those settings are unique to Bing. And so you learn what those are, and you learn in the bigger picture about how to adjust those things so your keyword phrases and whatnot are going to be useful and impactful, and that your money that you spend there is going to be spent wisely. This is why I take anywhere from $50 to $100 and I set it aside to say I'm going to go in, I'm going to split test this particular thing, and then I always contact support and I have them go through and look at it, because I guarantee you, if you go in it on your own, you are going to go in, you're going to put your ad together, and all of a sudden it won't run because it's been disapproved. And then that's that disheartening, what is disapproved, what did I do wrong? You feel like you broke the law. The reality is that there's ways to make sure that you don't get disapproved, and that is if you have them assist you in the process to make sure that your URLs line up to go where you want it to go, and all the things that connect your system together to make your system work. So it's worthwhile talking about this just a little bit and going into it, because otherwise you go out there and you'll take forever and you'll spend a lot of money experimenting that you don't need to spend. So again, in the interest of efficient use of funds, you set it up, figure out what your budget's going to be, plan out what your ads are going to be, do your research on your keywords. I think Google has one of the best resources for free keyword acquisition. And I'll touch on this again very briefly. If you put a key phrase, how to build a business online, just how to build a business online, and you drop that in the search tool, it's going to give you down on the right side a long list of keyword phrases that are phrases that people actually use to seek information that they want on that subject. It might be that they're seeking a particular product. Whatever it is, when you do that research, how do I find the best tennis shoes for running? How do I buy I don't care what it is. If it's something you want to buy, something you want information on, put your keyword phrase in there, and then it'll show you a list of keyword phrases that people actually use to do their searches. And I know I'm being a little bit redundant here, but you don't want to use the most popular keyword phrases because you're competing with millions of people. You want to break it down to something that's a little more accessible, and something where it may not be initially talking to as many people in terms of your broad audience, but you're probably talking to more people that have that are good target markets, people who have expressed an interest in what you have, and you're competing with fewer people to get there. Therefore, you will get results that you might not get on some of the other services. And if you're running an ad and you want position, you'll be buried by all the people who are running the same keywords unless you've done an awful things right in your optimization and whatnot. It gets technical. So for the average person, don't go for the most used keywords because you're going to get buried by competition. So anyway, again, back to the idea of spending your money efficiently. This is all part of it. So you want to spend money efficiently. You want to make sure that whatever you do, you've planned it out and you've set yourself a budget. Because if you don't, you're going to be a long time in this, and it's okay if it takes you a while to build it. If it's better to take a little time and build it right, and have something that's amazing in the end result, than to become discouraged up front. And particularly if you buy into this idea that you can do all of this for free. That is not this world. It doesn't work that way. But you don't want to waste your money either. So if you're going to spend money, make sure you're doing it efficiently. So I hope I've made my point. And this particular video, I've been keeping them around 10 minutes, and I'm actually going to wrap up this particular video before the 10 minutes is up. This is a moment. Put it on your calendar. It doesn't happen very often. So with that, I'm going to move on. You'll go on to the next video. Use this information. And by the way, here's another way you can use this information. If you get involved in business and you have people that you're working with that want to buy products or you want to do basically the same thing I'm doing, all this information, I got tons of it on my website. It's all stuff that you can use. You can use my website to build on and to work with and whatnot, and use the training segments of it and apply it. And it'll also be a good model for you to model after, not necessarily copy it, but to model after in terms of how you build your business. So it's all available there for you. So anyway, with that, enjoy the rest of this site if you're online, if you're on my website. I'll have some links here. You'll see some links to other information. So enjoy all that, and I hope that we can touch bases at some point. If you're on my website, feel free to leave a comment. I always appreciate that interaction. So be well, and I will see you in another video here coming up in your next click or two, possibly. So be well, thank you, and I'll talk to you again later. Thanks. God bless.